I think we can both agree that the Nightwing and Reddit gameplay from a few months ago wasn't the best showing for Gotham Knights. Nightwing looked very floaty and lacked impact as he bounced around between enemies. The gear menu looked straight out of a mobile game, and overall the graphics were really downgraded compared to the first time we saw it. This Batgirl on her motorcycle during the August 2020 gameplay reveal with cars on the street, particle effects hitting the road, which looks way cooler than the chase with Red Hood on the Batcycle going after an enemy fan. But I gotta say that the recent showings are slowly but surely grabbing my attention again. We now namely got a look at 28 of the 44 suits that will be in the game at launch, with some looking absolutely insane. The first 17 minutes also looked very appealing, and we got a ton of extra new details that got me more optimistic and actually low-key excited for October 25th. So of course, if you are curious about Gotham Knights, then leaving a like on the video would really help the channel out. Subscribe for way more videos on the game, and let's go. The Shinobi suit styles are my favorite so far, with Batgirl totally stealing the show. And yeah, Robin looks amazing too. So we sadly have no new in-game footage of these revealed suits, although we did spot some of them in previous character trailers. And I really love how they went about creating them, because instead of making them all in-house, they looked for different artists in many countries that could all give their own twist to these familiar characters. They got an artist from Germany, France, but also Korea and Japan, so they all give their own personal twist to the regular looks, and it really shows. Like, they really wanted all the outfits to look cool in their own way, so it's more a preference instead of there being a clear winner. So it's good to know that in the game there's a difference between suit styles and transmog suits. So I've only been showing you suit styles so far. Again, there are 11 in total, so 44 outfits that can also be slightly tweaked. We can change the cowl, so see more of the hero's face if we want. We can change the logo on the chest, the gauntlets and the boots. So these are just small tweaks to the suit style, but they are noticeable, and there are also colorways, so you can tweak the colors of these suits and, for example, make Red Hood a different color instead of red. You unlock these suits by finding blueprints in the game from story missions or crimes, and these blueprints are linked to a certain suit style. So by crafting them for amazing stats, for example, you unlock the style as well. But if you find better gear later on but don't like the look that is linked to it, they can apply the style from a suit you've unlocked previously instead. So basically luck the way you want without impacting your stats. Now, next to the 11 suit styles, there's also at least one transmog only set, and that's the Nightwatch set from Jim Lee, and this basically means that this set will not come with any stats. This set is also currently tied to the Deluxe or Collector's Edition, just like the Beyond suit style. So while there are of course no microtransactions, it does seem that these two sets are exclusive to more expensive editions, at least at launch. I was always thinking about Red Hood as my character of choice, because he has like a very unique playstyle compared to the other characters, but he has the least exciting suits in my opinion from the ones that are revealed right now. So I'm totally letting the available suit styles influence my choice of who I want to main. And as we saw in the opening gameplay, at the start you pick one of the heroes that you want to use in the first mission. They talk with each other as you browse between the characters, and then you select the one you want. And as you might know, you can play through the whole game with just one hero, but you can also switch to the other ones at any time in the Belfry Tower, your home base. There will be no missions that force you to switch characters, although there should be story content and a few side activities that are hero specific, which I think is actually kinda cool, so they can better focus on the background and personality of a certain character. So in the IGN footage, they select Batgirl, who will then run across the rooftops on her way to the Gotham University Plaza, but if you select a different character like Nightwing, the cutscene will be slightly different, as we see in this comparison from Reddit user Dead-Faced Goblin. Sure, it's small, but I think it's a nice touch, and I would imagine that if you play Nightwing during this opening mission, you will also be calling a different character, which could also change things up. But of course, many story-related features will be available for every character, like the tab to reveal traces thanks to AR. It was something we saw Nightwing use in the previous footage as well. I'm overall kind of over this focus or pulse type feature, as we've really seen it in many games, But yeah, it seems to be an important part of how missions will progress in Gotham Knights. Now I do like how they expand on this a bit, that just like Batman, these Bat family characters will also be investigating crime scenes a lot by looking for clues. And in this early game example, we had to look for a code in the environment to then unlock a hidden door. Really easy, but I can imagine that it will be more challenging later on. It's overall just a nice change of pace from beating up bad guys. And the combat, by the way, looks way better in this new Batgirl footage. Hits landed with nice audio feedback, it felt way more like the player was in control, dodging incoming attacks, including fire bombs that have a visual radius on the ground. Then you can easily follow up with ranged and melee attacks. We also saw a short tutorial for regular hits with square, which is of course X on Xbox, and by holding that you do a heavy hit. If you approach an unaware target, you can choose two types of takedowns: an ambush, which is faster but will alert enemies nearby, or a silent takedown that is a bit slower but will of course make way less noise. Because you can of course also sneak around and take the enemies out one by one, reveal their location, even through objects. And I really liked how there was actually a side objective for taking out all the not so smart enemies without being detected.
Smashy, smashy, smash, smash! Smashy!
I get that some people found them a bit over the top as they did not seem to have a lot of brain cells, but for me it was an extra reason to beat them up as they also did not really seem to care about nature.
You burn now, grass! No one will mow you ever again! Oh!
And yes, by completing the side objective you get some extra resources. Yeah, one of the 15 random looking materials we saw in the crafting menu. Like, I really hope that if you just want to play through this game, experience the story, the mystery of the Court of Owls, that you can just mainline these very linear looking missions. They also looked way better graphics wise compared to the footage we got back in May. I was pretty impressed by the lighting and the detail used when Batgirl investigated the university, and I can totally see why people are looking for content like this in a game like Gotham Knights. Although personally, I am a sucker for the XP you get per kill, which by the way seems the same even though you kill an enemy in a different way. I am looking forward to upgrading my hero. There should be 3 ability trees per character, plus a knighthood tree you unlock later on in the game, and also special momentum abilities you unlock by doing challenges. There's gear that gives you certain perks, which you can then enhance even more if you put mods on certain outfit pieces. On paper, I should be able to make a red hood based on range gameplay, while you prefer maybe the grab and more close range moves that he has as well. Of course, we will have to wait and see, but I'm overall curious if they're able to balance the game for people like me that want to just min-max and see what works best, and for people that just want to run through the main campaign. We should at least be able to remove the health bars and damage numbers from the looks of it, because we did see that in the first gameplay reveal. I'm overall going to keep an open mind. Like, I don't think this will reinvent the wheel in any way or be a true next-gen title, even though it's only launching on PS5 and Xbox Series consoles. But I do think it can be a cool Batman type experience, exploring some parts of the universe we haven't seen in games yet, hopefully paired with interesting gameplay and progression. The outfits they showed at least look very promising. I can't wait to see them in game and of course unlock them for myself on October 25th. So subscribe for more videos on Gotham Knights. I will keep you posted when there's new info, new footage, and I will of course have a ton of tips and tricks when the game comes out. A like on the video would be amazing, and you can watch my previous video on a new Black Panther game that is coming by clicking on the screen. We'll speak to you soon. Goodbye.